Hello and welcome to a new video. Now I just need to make sure that all the settings are correct. Oh, it stops that. I don't know if my voice is being broadcasted, so if anyone could write in the comment section and let me know. So United transfer news. There's a lot of talk about a lot of players coming to United, and it's United. So every transfer, every time it's summer or January transfers, we're going to be linked with a variety of different players. Now, there's a lot of talk about De Ligt, Matthijs De Ligt from Ajax coming to United. Now, I've already got something open on my screen, which I will read to you in a second. Bear with me. I might just refresh the page. Set up a new stream, brother. Set up a new stream. Right, can you go to the top of the page and stop bouncing around the bottom and go to the top? It's not hard. Why are you going to the bottom? No, don't open a random bloody web page. What are you doing? Just do what I'm asking you to do, innit? Refresh the page. Happy days. Never works when I want to get it to work, you know?
What the fuck are you streaming exactly?
Football transfers! Something that you're not going to be very interested in, mate, but you can by all means watch it, because at least I'll get a view. Why is it going to the bottom of the page? Go home, top.
I didn't get it.
Football, transfers. Yes, football. God, my friend is a bloody minge. So yes, so here's the first thing that I want to talk about. Paul Pogba. Bear with me a moment. Mate, I need you to open the stream and let me know if you can hear my voice in the stream. Cheers, mate. Paul Pogba. Now, I don't know how to say Pogba. When he plays for France, he's world class. Absolute world class. You know, he can spray a ball about, you know, but I don't know, when he's with United, he shows glimpses of, you know, being a genius football player, absolute genius football player. But then there's times when, you know, I'm watching him and he doesn't seem to know what he's doing when he's got the ball. It's like, I've got the ball, I have a variety of outlets in front and behind me. Yeah, what am I doing with the ball? Where do I put the ball? And then lose the ball, and then we concede a goal.
Yeah, it's me thinking you was going to knock it off and play some fucking Call of Duty. Fair enough, but obviously you don't want to.
I'll play Call of Duty with you later on. Stop being a little girl. Open my stream and let me know if you can hear my voice. That's all I'm asking. Cheers, mate. Thank you. So yeah, Paul Pogba. He's amazing with France. You know, and I don't know how I feel about Paul Pogba. I really don't. He's a quality player. Don't get me wrong. He is a quality player. But there's times when he's got the ball, he just doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, maybe coming through loud and clear, man. Live, loud and clear.
Banging. So yeah, I don't know what to do. But anyway, so there is a report on Manchester Evening News, and this is the Express that are reporting this, and it says Juve offer 2 players in Pogba swap deal. Juve are set to offer United 2 players as part of a swap deal to sign Paul Pogba, according to reports. The Express, which is a newspaper here in the UK, suggests Alexandro and Paul Dybala could move to Old Trafford this summer if it means Pogba can switch to Turin. Now, the first thing is I would take Sandro. You know, we need a good defender. I'm not sure how old he is. Bear with me and I'll actually find out. I just need to move my microphone out of the way. Sorry if that just made a loud sound. Alex, what are you doing? I clicked on the search bar. No, what are you doing? Stop opening YouTube videos. Oh my days, I need to change the batteries in my... Right, click. Thank you. God. Alexandra. Let's find out how old he is. Right, so he is 28. So to get rid of Paul Pogba, who's a 25-year-old, 26-year-old, for a 28-year-old, that doesn't sound like good business to me, because you're only going to get, what, 2, maybe 3 seasons out of Sandro? And because it is a rebuild, we don't want a player that's only going to be there for 2 or 3 seasons. We want them to be there for at least 4 or 5. Because let's be honest, Ollie's got a massive task on his hands trying to get United from what they were last season. And we saw glimpses of greatness in those 11 games, that 11-game unbeaten run. So we know that United team can do it. The issue is, after that, after the PSG game, which, you know, I think we lost the game, and we went into the Juventus game and lost that. So, no, we won the Juventus game, sorry. PSG was Barcelona, my bad, sorry, Barcelona. So, yeah, we lost after the game against PSG or Juve, whichever one it was, I can't remember. And then we had Barcelona, and obviously we were kicked out, Champions League. So, you know, we have got players in our team that can deliver. So would I take Sandro? At 28, he's a quality player, but honestly, no, I would not. Because he's too old, and with a rebuild, you know, you want someone that's going to, you know, be there for a couple of years. Now, let's have a look at Paulo Dybala. Dybala is 25. I would take Dybala. He's a quality player. You know, he's really good in the Juve side that he's in. I would take him, but I wouldn't take Sandro because of his age. So there's a few other reports circling around. So this is not really Man United related, but it is regarding Memphis Depay going to Liverpool. Don't really care, to be honest. Didn't really rate him at United. Sancho, so another one that we've been linked with. Apparently the CEO of Borussia Dortmund, Hans-Joachim Watzke, I think that's his name, Watzke, has guaranteed that Sancho will be at Borussia Dortmund next season. And he's quoted as saying, it can be assumed that Jadon, will not play more than 10 years at Borussia Dortmund. But we have clear arrangements about the present. Jadon is not on the market and plays next season guaranteed at Borussia Dortmund. So I like Sancho. I'm a big fan of Sancho. I got a lot of time for the guy. He's a great football player. He's young. He's hungry. You know, watching him play for England, he's really, really good. He's got the skills. He's got, you know, he's just an all-round great player. So if United could, okay, maybe not this season, but if we could land him, that would be fantastic. That'd be great. Now on to Kalidou Koulibaly. We've been linked with him for a while. Apparently, United have had a bid for him refused or rejected, should I say. Where is it? Ah, there it is, Koulibaly. So apparently we bidded £85 million for him. And Napoli have rejected that. Real Madrid have now come along and gone, oh, we want to buy him. Here, have 90 million. And Napoli have rejected it. So there's a lot of talk regarding Koulibaly. Will he come to United? Will he go to Madrid? Will he stay with Napoli? Will he sign a new contract? Will he go? Will he stay? Will he go? You know, we just don't know at this point in time. I'm trying to find out who, according to Be In Sports, so that's the source for that. Now, there's a lot of stuff regarding De Ligt. I love De Ligt. He's a quality player. He's an amazing leader. You know, watching him stand there in front of all the Ajax fans and give the speech that he did, it was amazing to watch him. So there's a lot of speculation that Barcelona don't want him, or they want him, but they're not prepared to pay what he's asking for, or what his agent is asking for, because Mino Raiola likes to charge a hell of a lot of money, more money than he probably should charge for players. I mean, look at what happened with Pogba, and now we're in a situation where Pogba's in the middle of a season and then starts flirting with other teams. You can't do that at United. There's a reason Sir Alex Ferguson sold him when he was younger. So, you know, stick to that reasoning. Stick to the fact that we sold him for a reason. We didn't go, oh, it's fine, we'll have you in a couple of years. No. We sold him for a reason. There's reasoning behind why Sir Alex does what Sir Alex does, and that's what's made Sir Alex the legend that he is. And the legend because his way of thinking is nobody is bigger than the club. And that included himself. So there's no players bigger than the club. There's no management bigger than the club. There's nobody bigger than the club. You've got your club, and then there's everyone inside it, and nothing is bigger than it. But Paul Pogba is trying to be bigger than it. So we're in a situation now where we're now going up against Mino Raiola. So yesterday it said De Ligt very close to joining United. Very close. Now, someone called Josh has said, has actually sent him a message, Mr. De Ligt, on Instagram, saying, we need you. You could be our next hero. You could be the face of our rebuild, leader, legend. Come on. Hashtag GGMU, hashtag MUFC. I agree. He is a leader. He's only, 19, 20, give or take? So, if we could land him, that would be phenomenal. That was yesterday. Today. So the betting odds from yesterday is that United were a 2-1 to sign him. So, and that was on Odds Checker. Today, however, United rule out De Ligt move. So are we going for De Ligt? Are we not going for De Ligt? So there we have a gentleman called Simon Stone, who I believe is a BBC reporter, who is, you can take his word as gospel. He's very good at what he does. As said, wouldn't expect United to say anything. If they say not interested, and potentially they can't get him, it seems like they don't rate him. If they say they are going for him and they don't get him, it looks like they missed out. Club are committed to strengthening OGS's, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's squad. They want to be challenging again. So from a fan perspective, I would love nothing more than to have De Ligt in our back four. We need to strengthen our team. We need a defender. We need a central midfielder, an attacking midfielder, a striker, and a winger, I think. And I'll give you my points on why and who I think we need to buy. So that's the first thing. But going back to rumours, we also have Adrien Rabiot, PSG midfielder. Apparently, he'll be going on free, I believe, in the summer when his contract runs out on the 1st of July, I believe, or the 30th of June, one or the other. So he's been linked with us, we've been linked with him. But now apparently Arsenal are going in for him. So there's that. João Felix wants to allow things to happen naturally. But the president has come out, the president of Benfica has come out and said there is no offer him yet, but we know about the interest from many other clubs. There has been contacts, and there are also some top clubs that want to sign him because he has a bright future ahead of him. As of today, however, we've received no offers for him, and João Felix will go nowhere unless the release clause is paid, which you can understand. So there's that as well. Just having a look. So I'm currently on the Manchester Evening News website. Looking. What's this? Oh, today Sir Matt Busby's birthday. He was born on the 26th of May, 1909. Check that out. So nothing updated regarding the Juve offer to players for Pogba. Let's jump over to Sky Sports News. Rahul wants United to stay. Rahul has confirmed he wants to stay at Manchester United and believes he is in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's plans, despite recent discussions with Boca Juniors. Personally, I'd sell him. I would sell him. I don't want him. I watch his play, and I actually get really nervous watching him play because any second now he's going to get a red card. It's just the way he plays. Breaking news. Manchester United have ruled out a Ajax defender, Matthijs de Ligt, according to Sky sources. Reports in the national press over the weekend suggested United could have could move for a 65 million rated Netherlands international this summer. But Sky Sports News understands United withdraw their interest they held in De Ligt, with many among the Old Trafford hierarchy believing the 19-year-old is set to join Barcelona. Now, I'm sorry, if that is true, and they've pulled out because they think he's going to join for Barcelona, I'm sorry, but that would be like going after Ronaldo and saying, oh, we can't buy him because Scunthorpe United are interested. I'm sorry, you're always going to have teams interested in players. Stop the other teams. Focus on our team. Don't worry about Barcelona. Focus on United. We're not here to please Barcelona. I'm sorry. Barcelona can piss off. That's actually, you see, reading that there, that if that is the case, we've pulled out because there's interest from another club. I mean, that's just madness. That is utter madness. On to Thomas Partey. United and Arsenal have been alerted to Atletico stars Thomas Partey's 43.5 million release clause. So we could be going for him. There's another report here from the Mirror that suggested that United bidded or launched a £70 million bid for De Ligt. Liverpool won't be signing Sergio Ramos, apparently. Danny Welbeck could be on his way to Lazio. Yeah, Man City don't want, or João Felix doesn't want to sign for Man City. Good. They're a pile of garbage. Let's have a little look. So there's more. Yeah, Adrian Rabiot. Some guy called Jose Mourinho talking out of garbage again. Just having a little look, isn't there anything else? All United related. Have reportedly offered captain Matthias de Ligt 12.3 million a year in a deal to snare him away from Holland. Barcelona are said to be interested in the 19-year-old, but will not be drawn into a wage war. So just because someone's interested in someone else, that's like saying, just because someone is interested in buying a car that I'm interested in buying, I'm not going to buy the car. No, you buy the bloody car. I'm sorry, that's really, really, really pissed me off. I've got to be honest, it really has. Things we need to strengthen. First thing we need to do, the most important thing, is we need to give David De Gea whatever he's asking for. I'm sorry, give it to him. Without him, these last few seasons, we wouldn't have finished as high up as we did. We probably wouldn't have, progressed in the FA Cup as far as we did, or this or that or the other. Give him what he's asking for. The guy, okay, he's had a rocky, few months. He wasn't, he had a bit of a bad time in the World Cup, especially against Portugal and Ronaldo. So he's made a few mistakes. But the most important thing is get him in. A top striker will go for a patch of not scoring. Look at Lukaku. Prime example, I don't rate Lukaku. I don't want him at United. I want him gone. But, they go through patches where they don't score. You don't lose faith in that player. You give that player all the encouragement. You tell them that they can succeed and that they will score. And that's what's happening with David De Gea. It's worse when it happens to a goalkeeper because he's your last line of defence. You've got your back four, but if anyone breaches the back four, he is your last line of defence. And 99% out of the time, David De Gea will stop whatever's coming his way. But he has had a rocky few months. But just because he's had a rocky few months, you still have to, give him what give him all the praise, give him all the faith he needs. He knows in himself. He knows that he needs to work harder. He knows he needs to pull his finger out. He knows he's made mistakes. You can see it on his face when he's made the mistake. He knows. So the first thing we need to do is give him the contract he wants. We need to keep him. I'm sorry, we just do need to keep him. That's the first thing. I see a lot of hate for Ashley Young. No, I love Ashley Young, just like I loved Antonio Valencia. I really do. I love Young. I always have. I've rated him. Since he was a young guy. A young player playing for Villa. I think that's where I first saw him playing, and he doesn't seem to age. If you look at a picture of him then and look at a picture of him now, he looks the exact same. He doesn't age at all. He's a bit like Tom Cruise. He came out looking the way he did and still looks the same today. So I see a lot of hate. I like Ashley Young, and if he was made captain, it really wouldn't bother me at all. It wouldn't bother me personally. I like him. I see a lot of people saying we need a right back. Are they forgetting we've got Delo? We don't need another right back. Okay, we may need cover. And as Ashley Young's getting older, yes, maybe you bring Delo in. If he gets injured, you play Ashley Young on the right. We may need cover for a left back in the event that Luke Shaw were to get injured. But then again, Young can play on the left. You know, Delo on the right. Delo, Shaw. We need. There's no talk of us getting rid of Lindelof, which is fantastic. I love Lindelof. He had a rocky, start to his United career, but has actually started to, really form, and really come into his own and show us the player he is. So that's the first thing. We do need a defender because last season, our back four was appalling, absolutely appalling. Jones, no. I like Jones. I do like Jones, but I feel that we do need to get rid of him now. He's been at United, 10 years, give or take? Get rid. Smalling, I would say keep Smalling, but as a backup, not a first team. You use him as a squad rotation. You don't put him on all the time. That's the first thing you don't do. I would be delighted if we got Koulibaly. I would be delighted if we got Matthias de Ligt. I would. But we do need a defender. The problem is, at the start of last season, we could have had a defender, but the problem was that the targets that Mourinho handed Ed Woodward were far too old. You don't want to be buying a defender in his 30s. You just don't. I'm sorry, you don't. You're going to get maybe a season, maybe 2 seasons out of him, and then he's done. Then you've got to look again. If you buy a young defender, give that player what he wants and what he needs, nurture that defender, at a young age, you're going to have that defender for a long time because he's going to be at the club. He wants to wear the badge. He wants to fight for the badge. He wants to, give his all for the badge and the club. Whereas if you get an older defender, he knows he's only got 2 seasons left in himself, or 3 or 4, whatever. So he's not gonna be as passionate about it as a younger player would. So that's the first thing. We don't want an old defender. We want someone anywhere between the age of 19 and 22, I'd say. So that's what we need to be going for. I know Koulibaly is older, but he is a quality defender. So that's the reason why I would be happy. I know he's a bit older by about 8 years, I think. I think he's 26, 27. But I would take him because he's utter quality. Whereas Sandro, I don't really see much of Sandro, so I can't really say. But, he's 28. You're only going to get, 3, maybe 4 seasons out of the guy, and then you're going to be back to square one looking for another defender. We don't want that. That's the first thing. Up to our midfield. Now, I see a lot of people dropping a lot of hate on Anders Herrera. I loved Anders Herrera. Looking at the team sheet, if Anders Herrera was on that sheet, I would be well happy. I didn't really care who else. You could play the the women's team as long as Herrera was playing. I loved Herrera. He was great. The way he nullified Hazard in that Chelsea game where I think we won 2-0. But now he's gone to PSG, and I wish him all the best. But what have we got really defense-wise, midfield-wise? Sorry. So we've got Paul Pogba, who at the moment, I'm really not sure if I want him to stay or if I want him to go. I'm on the fence, 50-50. So we've got Paul Pogba. We've got Matic. Now, Matic, I like him as a person, and there are games when he plays really, really well. I mean, that goal against, I think it was Crystal Palace? Was it Crystal Palace? But anyway, it was like we won 3-2 right in the dying seconds, and he had that quality volley from outside the box. Outstanding, But is he a United player, really? Then we've got Fred. I'm starting to like Fred a lot, actually. I really am starting to like Fred a lot. I've got a lot of hope for Fred. I do like Fred. So we've got Fred. So these are how many defenders. Scott McTominay, who apparently is being labelled as the next Darren Fletcher. And as we know, Darren Fletcher was quality. Great midfielder. Sadly had an illness which, put him out of action for quite a long time. And then we've got Pereira. Not Herrera, Pereira. So that's all we have midfield. So let's say, as an example, Pogba gets injured, right? Matic gets suspended. We've got three defenders. Three midfielders, three midfielders. Let's say Fred gets injured. You're then down to just two. And if one of those two gets suspended, you're down to one. One midfielder. We need to buy at least 1 to 2 more midfielders. We've just got to. We have to. You know, I mean, we are very, very weak in the middle of the park. To be honest, we're weak all over. But you know, our midfield is our defense's defense. You know, the midfield is there to protect the defense. That's the whole point of the midfield. You know, you have your goalkeeper defending the goal, your defenders protecting the goalkeeper and the goal, the midfielders that are there to protect the defense, the goalkeeper and the goal, but also the midfielders are there to distribute and to create chances. And then you have your strikers and your forwards that are there to score goals and defend, but more to the point, score goals. What's that white shit on my t-shirt? I don't know. So that's what we need. Now, do I think Ollie's the right man for the job? Yes, I do. Yes, he's inexperienced. Yes, he is. But I do think he's the right man for the job. And I'll give you a few reasons as to why in a minute and a few observations. So my friend, bless him, has just messaged me to say that our other friend, I play Fortnite. As you know, if you watch some of my videos, you may see me playing Fortnite, has just gone and spent 300 euros on 3,500 V-Bucks. I wouldn't do that. That's madness. He wanted to buy the Battle Pass. I'm sorry, but there's no sense of achievement. If you buy the Battle Pass, you need to work at the Battle Pass and do your challenges to acquire the level 100 skin. And I wouldn't buy it because I wouldn't feel like I've achieved anything. Back to football. So we need midfielders. Martial. Let's talk about our wingers for the time being. Our wingers. Martial. Never see him smiling. If you watch him, never smiles, ever. Scores a goal, looks like this. Just doesn't look happy. Doesn't look happy. Don't have to apologize. Doesn't look happy. Ever looks happy. He could score 400 goals in a match and would still look like this. Never happy. I like Martial. I think he's a quality player. I think that there is a quality player inside of him waiting to break out. So I do think that Martial has a lot of quality. I think that he is a really, really good player, but sometimes his attitude just isn't where I think it needs to be. It's not where it needs to be, personally, for me. He doesn't look like he wants to play sometimes. He doesn't look like he's trying hard enough to play sometimes. And then in other games, he's a wizard. He'll have you down the wing. He'll cut inside. He'll whip a ball in. He'll score 2, 3, 4, 5 goals, whatever. And then the next game he's back to his old ways. He's a bit like Nani for me. I loved Nani. I thought Nani was top quality. The issue for me, though, is Nani was not consistent. He was a great player, a great Portuguese player, and I had a lot of love for him. I used to see that team sheet and be like, yes, we've got someone on the ball, a bit like Ronaldo, in a way that can, take on players, get around them. I like watching football players beat other football players, getting around them with the ball in, a bit like Bex did, a bit like Ronaldo, a bit like Gary Neville, a bit like Irwin, a bit like Pogba occasionally. I like that. I hate it when, you've run down the right wing, there's a defender there, you stop, and then you pass it back. I'm sorry, take him on. Go around the outside, whip that ball in. No wonder we're not scoring goals, is because you're passing it back. You're doing what Louis van Gaal liked to do, pass back. Louis van Gaal's philosophy is this: I have the ball, the goal is over there, I have a player in front of me, so I need to be going this way. But no, I'll pass it this way, and then he's going to pass it that way, and we're just going to keep going like this. The goal's that way, but we're going to keep going like this. We're not going to pass it forward. That was Louis van Gaal's way. And it really used to piss me off. So Martial, I think there's a quality player inside him. I really, really do. I think he's got the potential to be a quality player, but I think he needs to change his attitude. on the pitch. I think he needs to work harder, and I think he needs to show us, what he can do. We know as United fans, we know what Anthony Martial can do. We know. But for me, it's just his attitude. That's the first thing. Jesse Lingard on the other side. Now, I like Jesse Lingard. And I see a lot of people recently dropping hate. Oh, he's brought out a clothing brand. Oh, he's on social media. Oh, he's on Twitter. He's on Instagram. Oh, he's made videos doing this, that, and the other. Oh, he's done this, he's done that. And what's your fucking point? What's your fucking point? I don't care what he does outside of football. As long as he's training hard for the team, works hard for the team, scores goals for the team, and does everything he needs to do in training for the team and on the pitch. What he does outside of football, I couldn't give a monkey's ass. I really couldn't give a shit. I don't care. If he wants to build a statue in his own honour, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. As long as he's doing what he needs to on the pitch, I don't care. I don't know why it bothers people what he's doing off the pitch. I really don't know why people are bothered. I really don't understand it. I just can't understand why people give a shit what he's doing off the pitch. As long as he does what he needs to do on the pitch, then that's all that should really matter. That's like working in a job, doing the best job you can do, and then going out and partying every night. But and your boss knows that every day you come in, you do everything to the best of your ability and you do it well, but yet you party every night. It doesn't matter what you do, as long as when you're in work, you do what you need to do. So when people are like, oh, he's brought out a clothing brand, and don't buy it. I'm not going to buy it. So who cares? Oh, he's making videos on Instagram, and he's a young man. 99% of young people are on Instagram. I'm on Instagram. I have a music production page on Instagram. I also have a personal page on Instagram. Moan at me if you like. I don't care. Doesn't bother me. Oh, modify, you're on Instagram. You are. Oh. And the people complaining that they're on Instagram are on Instagram, because otherwise they wouldn't know about it. So stop fucking complaining. I'm sorry. It just winds me up. It really does wind me up. Pisses me off. When you get hypocritical asshats. Oh, he's on Instagram. Yeah, and what? You're on Instagram. Piss off. He's making videos. And I make fucking videos. What's your point? Bugger off. Anyway, rant over. I think Jesse Lingard is a great little player. I think he's got a lot of talent, and I think he's going to be at United for a long time. Then we look at our other attacking midfielder in Juan Mata. Juan Mata, that's right, not Juan. Juan Mata. I like Juan Mata. I do. He's little, but he is, as if anyone follows football, he is literally the nicest football player in the world. He really is just the nicest football player ever. He never got a bad word to say about anyone. He's just a really, really nice human being. And it's actually nice to see, because a lot of football players these days are egotistical little asshats that think only of themselves. So, but Juan Mata, I think he's a good player. I want him to sign a new contract. I wanted Ander Herrera to sign a new contract, but United didn't want to extend, and he signed for PSG on the free. So we can't let Juan Mata leave. We can't. Just like we can't let David De Gea leave. I like Juan Mata. He scored some quality goals. That free kick against Juventus in the Champions League with quality, by the way. It was Juve, PSG, Barcelona. Bosh, remembered. So yeah, he's a really good player. So I hope he stays. And then we look at our forwards. Who do we have as forwards? We have 3 players, and this I will be including a youth player. I know I haven't included a youth player in other areas of the team because they've not played for a full game for United, whereas one player has. And I rate him very, very highly. I think he played 46 games in the reserves and scored, I think, 43 goals, which is incredible. To play 46 games and score 43 goals, that's not far off a 97% game to goal ratio or goal to game ratio. That is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Actually, let me just double check that as it goes. I don't want to give you incorrect information. You know, I rate Mason Greenwood very highly, and when he played and started for United, he was amazing. He had about 7 chances to score in that game alone. He was amazing. Now, I don't know why it's saying here he's got nice England. Now, on his youth. What do you mean? Yeah, all right. He's Manchester United playing career. 3 appearances, 1 in Europe, 4 in total. Yeah, and give me his youth career, please. Born on the 1st of October. Nice. Well, Wikipedia, you are garbage. So yay for Wikipedia. Let's see if there's any updates on the Men Evening News website. United Legends versus Bayern Munich revealed. Don't really care. View inside the changing room. Don't really care. Schmeichel reflects. I'm not going to be watching it. I'm not. I know it's a charity match and I know it's for a good cause, which is a great thing. It really is a good thing. And what the United Foundation do is an amazing thing. But I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to be going, oh, a very important football game is going on that means absolutely nothing to nobody and no one except this reunion of some players, not all players, but some players that played in the 99 final. Who will win? Oh, I know. Let me think. I don't care. Are we going to win a trophy? No. Did we win a trophy the first time we played them? Yes, we won the Champions League for the 2nd time. So yay, go us. So I'm not going to be making a point of watching it. So anyway, Mason Greenwood, quality player. Last game against, I think it was Cardiff. You know, he could have scored 6-7 goals. You know, he's home. I think we were at home against Cardiff. Yeah, home debut, quality, utter quality. Love him. He's brilliant. Then we've got Rashford. Now I love Rashford. He's a great player, phenomenal player. You know, all right, he's out of dip in form this season, but United overall have had a different season. So, you know, I think, you know, he's a great player and we need to keep him. Then we have Romelu Lukaku. Oh, the joys. Never seen a player play football who really doesn't look right on a football pitch. And I know people are going to have a go at me for saying this, but he's too big. Too large. I mean, even he said that he had put on too much muscle. There are moments where he can be speedy, but 99% of the time he just stands there watching the ball. Doesn't make forward runs like Rashford does. Doesn't make, you know, it doesn't give, you know, our midfield options. Whereas Rashford will be in front of the defender, so you've got the opposing defenders there. He's here. The ball comes over. He runs in, slots it in the back of the net. Like the Tottenham goal. You know, Lukaku, not so much. So I would sell him. I wouldn't lose any sleep over it. I would sell him, try and make as much money back as possible, because that will then increase our transfer budget, which would be a good thing. But then who would I bring in? I would like to see Dybala. I would like to see Dybala at United. It'd be a quality. We've been linked with Griezmann as well. You know, a lot of people say that Griezmann's egotistical. You know, he's got his head up his own arse. He made a documentary regarding the whole Barcelona thing last time round. You know, and apparently it was only like the last 2 minutes of the documentary where he said, "I'm staying at Atletico Madrid." I've not seen it. Got no intention of watching it. He's a good player. So, I mean, I'd like to see him at United. But then again, you know, I'd like to see Ronaldo back at United. You know, I would. You know, but you know, we can all wish and hope who we'd like to have back at United. So there's that. So who would I bring in? So I would, if I had a unlimited transfer budget and could bring in anybody I wanted, I would bring in Billet. I would give De Gea the contract he wants. I would bring in a left back as cover for Luke Shaw in the event that he gets injured. In midfield, I would probably bring in Ruben Neves, Declan Rice. I would bring in... midfield. Who would I bring in? I probably would bring in Griezmann if I had the money. Wingers, if I had the money. I know we're not being linked with him, but I would bring Ronaldo back because he's Ronaldo. You know, came a boy, left a man. Amazing football player, just amazing. Yeah, I mean, I would get rid of the riffraff and the dead wood. I don't think we need to keep the dead wood that's holding us down. And I know a lot of people are going to have a go at me for saying this, because I did forget one player, and I left him out for a reason. Alexis Sanchez. Now, a lot of people are going to have a go at me, and I don't care. I don't care. Have a go. It's fine. You crack on. I like Sanchez a lot. I like Sanchez a lot and rate him extremely highly. Yes, he hasn't had the great United career. I think he's played like 40 odd games and scored like 5 goals. So that's not good. I think he will come good. I do, because you don't just become a bad player overnight. It doesn't happen. You don't go from being a quality player at Arsenal and come to United and be utter garbage. It just doesn't happen. So I think Ollie needs to sit down with him and get to the bottom of what's going on with him. I think that we need to find out what's going on, and we need to get him back to his Arsenal days. I mean, look at Van Persie. He came from Arsenal to United, won the league, scored. I think he was top scorer that season as well. He was amazing. So I think Sanchez still has got a lot to give us, a lot to give the team as well as the fans. If they sell him, I mean, I probably would be a little bit sad, but it is what it is. That's football for you. They sell players you don't want them to sell me. They sold Bex, massive Bex fan. They sold him to Real Madrid. Massive Ronaldo fan. Sold Ronaldo to Real Madrid. So, yeah, I mean, massive Ander Herrera fan. Gone to PSG. Didn't renew Valencia's contract, and I loved Valencia. He was great. So yeah, I've got a lot of time for Alexis Sanchez. I have. But the problem, this is the issue, right? Last few games of the season just gone, Ollie had a multiple amount of time and multiple games to use Sanchez in. And I would have started Sanchez in every single one of those games. I would have. I'm sorry, I just would have. Whether you think he's quality, whether you think he's garbage, the fact is he needs consecutive games of football to come good. If he's having 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there, that's not enough. That is not enough. It really isn't. I'm sorry. There's not much you can get done in that time. 20 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. You're not going to get enough done. He needs 90 minutes under his belt for a start. He needs to start and end that game. That's the first thing he needs to do. The manager needs to show faith in the player. That's another thing. But he also needs game time. He needs consecutive games of football to come good. Because I think he will come good if he gets that. But the issue is he's not been given the opportunity to do that. He comes on as a sub, or he starts a game and then he's taken off at half time. Give the man a bloody chance. Otherwise, he's never going to come good. He's never going to achieve anything if you keep taking him off. And that's what winds me up. It really, really does wind me up. So yeah, I think I'm going to end the video there. I've had one person watching, which is my friend Stony. So Stony, thank you. I've got a few little bits and bobs to do today, Stony. So I will be on PlayStation tonight to play Infinite Warfare with you. So there's that. So go that. There's a lot that United need to do this season, and we need to do it quick. We really do need to get our business done very, very quickly. We really do. So yeah, so I'm going to end the video there. So thank you very much for people that have jumped in and jumped out. There's 2 people viewing now, so hello to the second person viewing. Hello, how are you? So yeah, I'm going to end the video there. Oh, bye-bye, person. End the video there. And yeah, if there's anything else that I see that I feel that you need to be updated on, I will let you know. So if you are new around here, please do subscribe. It only takes a second and it would mean a lot. Hit that thumbs up button again, it would mean a lot to me as well. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Goodbye.